Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Padyantam Vande Guru Paramparam Asmadgurubhyo Namaha Shrutismritipurananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishwaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Om Shri Medha Dakshinamurti Swamine Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Om Bhadram Karne Vishrunuyama Devah Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatrah Sthirairangaye Stuštuvagum Sastanubihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadhayuhu Swasti na Indro Vriddhashravah Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedah Swasti nastarksho arishthanemihi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dhadatu Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. So Namaste once again everyone.
Namaste Guruji, Pranam.
Namaste. So 11th mantra we have to chant. But we have already seen, right? So all of you can unmute and chant and then later on mute yourself. Tapashraddhe Ye Hyupavasantyaranye Shantaha Vidvamsaha Vaikshacharyam Charantaha Suryadvarena Te Virajaha Prayanti Yatramritaha Sapurushaha Havyayatma. Good. So in the first mantra, 10 mantras of this section, after doing the karma prashamsa, karma ninda, karmi ninda, from the standpoint of karma being the means for moksha, the Upanishad is now turning to the topic of upasana as a means for moksha. And as we have already seen, upasana phalam is travel to Brahmaloka. And there a jiva gets an opportunity to study Vedanta from Sakshat Brahmaji himself and then attain moksha, which is called Krama Mukti route. Now in this 11th mantra, the Upanishad wants to objectively present the merits and demerits of this route as a means for moksha. And in the last class, we started the discussion on the first quarter of the mantra. tapashraddhe yehi upavasanti aranye. So here the mantra states that those who practice tapas and shraddha, and as we saw, tapas means duties enjoined by scriptures, the duties prescribed for the stage of life, for the ashrama of life. And shraddha refers to upasana. And therefore, those who practice the duties which are ordained in the Vedas to be performed according to their respective ashrama. Grihastha means grihastha duties, vanaprastha means vanaprastha duties. And in addition to that, who also perform upasana, meditation, staying in a forest. That is, whoever reached the vanaprastha stage of life and who follow the practice of living on bhiksha, living on alms, going from door to door seeking food. And if food is not available, they will see if any fruits are available in the forests. And even if that is not available, they will drink 2 glasses of water, continue with their duties. If it is night, they will drink 2 glasses of water and sleep. Thus, they have withdrawn from active grihastha life, including their food needs, and they survive on the food that they get as bhiksha. And of course, those days, and even now, many households deem it a noble act and a privilege to give food to such spiritual people. And that is why even today, many people invite Swamijis, the Vedanta teachers, for bhiksha at their homes and honor them. Swamiji used to say that if sannyasis go for such bhikshas frequently, it takes a huge toll on their health because they have to eat whatever is offered and then put on the plate or the banana leaf. And some people, especially the ladies, are so enthusiastic that they would have prepared a lot of items and they will serve all the items, forcing the Swamijis to eat everything because they follow the diktat of the scriptures, annam na nindya tat vratam. So whatever is there in the banana leaf or plate, they will have to finish it off. And invariably, they will end up overeating every bhiksha. So this is the problem side of going for bhiksha. In fact, Puja Swamiji used to narrate an interesting anecdote, which I would like to share with you. Puja Swamiji had gone to the US and one family had invited him for bhiksha. Now, Puja Swamiji used to say that he was not generally fond of, bitter gourd, karela, what we Tamil call pavakai. And it's not many people's choice vegetable also anyway, isn't it? Anyhow, that family did not know this. And they had made one dish of bitter gourd. And after eating that, Puja Swamiji said that Annadata Sukhi Bhava and complimented the lady of the house. He commented that all items were very good and tasty, especially the dish made of bitter gourd. And Puja Swamiji used to say he did not realize at that time what he was walking into. So the following week, another family invited him for Bhiksha. And there also he found that they had prepared a bitter good dish. And the following week he went to a third household. And there also he was served a bitter good dish. And it was a puzzle for him as to how in every house they had one bitter good dish. Then he says on enquiry, he found that normally when someone invites a Swamiji for Bhiksha, they would consult the family who had previously invited Swamiji to find out what all Swamiji likes or doesn't like, etc. So it appears that because of the compliment he gave for the bitter gourd dish in the first house, every family thought that bitter gourd was Swamiji's favorite dish. And invariably, he had to suffer a bitter gourd dish in all subsequent bhikshas. And the problem was that he also cannot tell them to avoid bitter gourd because it is a bhiksha. He has to accept whatever is given. He can have no choice in the matter. Of course, Puja Swamiji used to narrate this anecdote in his own, signature humorous style, rather. Of course, we can't reproduce that beautiful way Swamiji used to narrate such incidents, rather. So this is how all these upasana, these karma upasana people, they have to lead their life. And that is our Indian culture. It will be very difficult to imagine such a thing in a Western culture. So, Bhaikshacharyam charantaha. So, these words, tapashraddhe, upavasanti, and aranye are indicating vanaprastha and a sannyasi. Now, Upanishad wants to say that this upasana, which is described in this mantra, is not restricted only to vanaprastha and sannyasi. Of course, primarily upasana is prescribed for vanaprastha only, but it is allowed for sannyasi also, and it is even allowed for grihasthas. And therefore, vanaprastha and sannyasi are covered by Bhaikshacharyaam Charanta and Aranye. Now, the grihasthas are covered by these two words, Shantaha and Vidvamsaha. Vidvamsaha literally means learned people. That is the popular meaning. But here contextually, Vidvamsaha refers to meditators, and that too householder meditators. Grihastha upasaka is described by the word Vidvamsaha. Now, these householders referred to by the word Vidvamsaha have to fulfill one condition, and that is Shantaha. Shantaha means what? People who have mastered their sense organs. They cannot have the lifestyle of bhoga, which they used to have in the grihastha. So even though if they are householders, generally upasana is to be practiced by going to the forest or some secluded place. It is just like, doing rehearsal for the life of a vanaprastha. And for some reason, if that is not possible, then even though a person remains at home, he or she has to be, as Bhashyakara will later explain in the Bhashyam, Uparata Karanab Grama hai. Karanagrama means sense organs. The group of sense organs. Uparata means withdrawn. So, such people, being in Grihastha, If they take to Upasana, they will have to master the sense organs, which means they would have withdrawn from all sense pleasures. So it is not that they want to lead the life of commitment to Upasana and continue to have Bhoga. Bhoga and Upasana lifestyle don't go together, because Upasana is fixing the mind on the object of meditation, which requires a lot of concentration. If a person is watching TV up to 12 o'clock at midnight, and next day morning he has to get up at 4 o'clock to meditate, is it possible? Well, one reason is that he will be sleep deprived. And the moment he sits for meditation, he will doze off. Or another reason is, even if he doesn't doze off, what he has watched till midnight, the TV program, whatever it was, a movie, that alone he will be meditating upon. It will be like a revision or a tutorial class for what he has watched on the TV the previous night. And therefore, Shanta hai means the person has to withdraw the sense organs from all sense pleasures and worldly enjoyments. In short, he should have developed enough vairagya towards all worldly pleasures, which are all ephemeral. So the mantra has covered all three types of upasakas. Vanaprastha upasaka, Grihastha upasaka, and also sannyasi upasaka. Grihastha upasaka who practice meditation along with performance of their karmas, Grihastha karmas, Vanaprastha upasaka, and sannyasi upasaka. So tapashraddhe charanta is common to all three of them. So then what happens? The Upanishad says in the second line, Surya dwarena te virajaha prayanti. Te, these people, virajaha, shanta hai, having, shanta I mean having become virajaha. Virajaha means from whom rajas, which means impurity, has gone away. And actually here the word viraja is chandasa prayoga. Later on, Bhashyakara will correct it as virajasaha, as per Sanskrit grammar. So basically, virajaha, we can say, who have attained a high degree of vairagya. And then what happens? Surya dwarena prayanti. They travel through the Surya Marga or Shukla Marga or Shukla Gati. And there is only one destination this path will lead to, and that is Brahmaloka. So all three types of upasakas will travel to Brahmaloka. And therefore, to travel to Brahmaloka, two conditions need to be satisfied. The first one is one must be an upasaka. Second condition is that he should be a virajaha, free from impurity. Here it is not meant physical impurity. Of course, that is also necessary. And that is why, we do all these antyeshti karmas after death, The reason why those karmas are done is that if the jiva has to travel to Swargaloka or to Brahmaloka, then the jiva sharira has to be purified. Not only the stula sharira, the sukshma sharira have to be purified. Antakarana Shuddhi has to be done, whatever is left. Of course, Antakarana Shuddhi one will gain by gaining Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. But at the time of after death also, all those mantras and all are meant for purifying the body of the jiva. So it is like astronauts going to space. In fact, when we were in the Gurukulam, Puja Swamiji had arranged for India's first astronaut, Rakesh Sharma, to visit us and share his experiences. And Puja Swamiji was very good in all these things. It is not only Vedanta, 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 Sanskrit, Sanskrit, Sanskrit. He will arrange for some dance performances, some music performances. In fact, there was one very famous archaeologist in Tamil Nadu. No? I'm just forgetting his name. He used to come and give us talks on, his findings, his researches.
Mr. Nagarajan.
Mr. Naga?
Nagarajan.
Not Nagarajan, is Naga something.
Or it should be Naga Subramanian something.
Naganathan, not Naganathan or something. Anyway,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. The name is not important, but very, very, very senior person. I think he got awarded some Bharat, what is that called, Padma Shri and all that. A very, very scholarly person. And he has actually researched into so many temples in South India especially. And he used to explain the construction, the philosophy behind the construction of the temples and things like that and all. So Puja Swamiji was very good in all these things, I mean, he used to expose all of us into various things rather. Similarly, I remember there was this IIT professor in IIT Bombay, Mr. Venkatraman or some name. Very, very Vedic scholar. He was a physics professor. And he came and gave us a talk on, Katapayadi system. So many different subjects relating to our culture, relating to our scriptures and all, Puja Swamiji used to arrange. And like that, he also had invited Rakesh Sharma. And Rakesh Sharma told us that before the actual space travel, the astronauts will be isolated and given acclimatization training. More importantly, they will be fully purified in the physical sense, because it could be dangerous to carry bacteria, virus, etc. from Earth to space. So similarly, traveling to Brahmaloka is like space traveling only. Purification is a precondition. But the difference here is it is the purification of the mind, purification of the antakaranam. So virajaha, all impurities are removed. Surya dwarena prayanti. So these upasakas, having been freed from impurities, prayanti, travel to Brahmaloka through the solar path. And then the Brahmaloka where they go to is described here. Yatra amritaha saha purushaha hi avyayatma. Earlier also we saw in one of the mantras the description of Brahmaloka. When this upasaka goes there, he is invited with pleasant words and things like that and all. Here a different type of description. Yatra means where. Saha amritaha purushaha, that immortal being called Hiranyagarbha, who is he indeed, is avyayatma, the undecaying nature. So these people, these meditators, these upasakas, go to that place where this Hiranyagarbha, or actually Brahmaji, who is of immortal, undecaying nature, is staying. Means they go to his world, Brahma Loka, Brahmaji's world. That is the meaning conveyed here. So these are the word meanings. Now we will read the Bhashya. Go to the Bhashyam. Page number 21 of the Bhashyam, which I have circulated. So all of you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Guru.
Ye punaha
Ye
पुनः
tad viparita
तद्विपरीता
jnana yuktaha
ज्ञानयुक्ताः
vanaprastaha
वानप्रस्थाः
sannyasinascha
सन्न्यासिनश्च
tapashraddehi
तपश्रद्धेहि
tapaha
तपः
swashrama vihitam karma
स्वाश्रमं विहितं कर्म
shraddha
श्रद्धा
हिरण्यगर्भादि विषया विद्या
हिरण्यगर्भादिविषया विद्या
या
ते तपश्रद्धे
ते
ते
तपश्रद्धे
उपवसन्ति सेवन्ते
उपवसन्ति सेवन्ते
अरण्ये
अरण्ये
वर्तमानाः सन्तः
वर्तमानाः सन्तः
शान्ताः
शान्ताः
उपरतकरणग्रामाः
उपरतकरणग्रामाः
विद्वांसः
विद्वांसः
गृहस्थाश्च
गृहस्थाश्च
ज्ञानप्रधानाः इत्यर्थः
ज्ञानप्रदानाः इत्यर्थः
भैक्षचर्यां चरन्तः
वैश्यचर्यां चरन्तः
परिग्रहाभावात्
परिग्रहाभावात्
उपवसन्त्यरण्ये इति सम्बन्धः
उपवसन्त्यरण्ये इति सम्बन्धः
सूर्यद्वारेण
सूर्यद्वारेण
सूर्योपलक्षितेन
सूर्योपलक्षितेन
उत्तरायणेन
उत्तरायणेन
तथा
तथा
ते विरजाः
ते
विरजाः
विरजसः
विरजसः
क्षीणपुण्यपापकर्माणः सन्तः
क्षीणपुण्यपापकर्माणः सन्तः
इत्यर्थः प्रयान्ति
प्रयान्ति
प्रकर्षेण यान्ति
प्रकर्षेण यान्ति
यत्र
यत्र
यस्मिन् सत्यलोकादौ
यस्मिन् सत्यलोकादौ
अमृतः सः पुरुषः
अमृतः सः पुरुषः
प्रथमजः हिरण्यगर्भः
प्रथमजः हिरण्यगर्भः
हि अव्ययात्मा
हि अव्ययात्मा
अव्ययस्वभावः
अव्ययस्वभावः
यावत् संसारस्थायी
यावत् संसारस्थायी
एतदन्तास्तु
एतदन्तास्तु
संसारगतयः
संसारगतयः
अपरविद्यागम्याः
अपरविद्यागम्याः
Very good. So, see, the first sentence itself running into more than 3 lines. That is Bhashyakara's beauty. You know, he will go on. No full stop, comma, go on writing. Every maximum ideas he will try to put in one sentence. Anyway, So we have seen the meaning of ye, those people. Punaha here means on the other hand. On the other hand means what? Bhashyakara himself specifies tad viparita. Tad viparita refers to those people who are opposed to or who are different from tad. Tad means those people, and those people refer to karmis who were described earlier. So tad viparita means those people who are different from the ones who were described in the previous mantras, different from the people who are doing only karma, not upasana. So compared to them, these people, these upasakas, these people who are going to be talked about in this mantra are different. Tad viparita. And which type of people these who are different are? Jnana yukta hai. Here the word jnana, as I said earlier also, means upasana. So jnana yukta hai means upasana yukta hai. Those who are associated with or occupied in meditation. And then Bhashyakara himself clarifies who are these jnana yukta hai. He says vanaprastha hai sannyasinascha. Vanaprastha hai means whose main sadhana is upasana. Basically, vanaprastha literally means those who are forest dwellers. Vana means forest. And the word prastha has got both meanings, to advance or march towards, and another meaning is to be established. We can take both the meanings. So those people who leave their grihastha and move towards forests and settle down there, in grihastha their activities were extrovert. Now, having fulfilled all their duties, they withdraw from grihastha and want to focus on their inner self. And the most important requirement for them is, for that, to focus on the inner self is chitta naischalyam. In grihastha they have done karma yoga and gained sufficient chitta shuddhi. Now it is time to engage the mind in jnanam, in self-knowledge. But for that, one important requirement is gaining concentration of the mind. Because the mind may be pure, but it could still be a wavering mind. A wavering mind, a traveling mind will be an obstacle to Shravanam, Mananam and Nididhyasanam. Therefore, two conditions are to be satisfied. Chitta Shuddhi and Chitta Naishchalya. Grihastha gives us Chitta Shuddhi, Karma Yoga through Karma Yoga practice. And Vanaprastha gives us Chitta Naischalyam through meditation. And therefore, in Vanaprastha one needs to reduce the karmas. Focus solely on upasanas as a preparatory step for sannyasa, in which the predominant activity is gaining Atma Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam through Shravanam, Mananam and Nididhyasana. And therefore, Vanaprastha is preparatory stage for sannyasa ashram. In fact, the four ashramas, Brahmacharyam, Grihastham, Vanaprastham, Sannyasa, can be divided into two groups. Brahmacharyam is preparation for Grihastha ashrama. Vanaprastha is preparation for Sannyasa ashram. That way also we can understand this ashrama system. And another name for Vanaprastha people is called Vani. In some of the Upanishads, they are described as Vani. I don't remember the Upanishad. It is said that Brahmacharyat Grihi Bhavet, Grihi Bhutva Vani Bhavet, Vani Bhutva Pravrajet. So this is the order. That from Brahmacharya to Grihastha, Grihastha to Vanaprastha, then Vanaprastha to Sannyasa. Of course, this is the general order, but exceptions are there. What are the exceptions? Brahmacharyadeva Pravrajet. So you bypass both this Grihastha and Vanaprastha, directly go to Sannyasa. Brahmacharya can jump to Sannyasa. So this is an exception. And this exception we have seen most of our Swamijis. They have done that only. Very rarely we will find a Swamiji who has gone through Grihastha and then come to Sannyasa. Because the problem is, once you enter into Grihastha, you are tied down. Even if you want to take Sannyasa, your family members are not going to allow. Because they feel, their security, all types of security, physical security, economic security, everything, they have already tied to your personality, yourself. So if you are going to leave everything and go away, that will not be palatable to them. Anyway, so one category of Jnana Yukta is Vanaprastha. Second category is Sannyasinascha, also the monks. Generally, sannyasis will not be committed to upasana. But there are some type of sannyasa like Bahudaka sannyasis, which refers to a specific stage of a sannyasi life. Because in sannyasi life also, there are various stages. There are Kutichaka sannyasis, there are Tridandi sannyasis, so many stages are there. Tridandi sannyasa means they will have 3 dandas with them, 3 sticks. And every day they have to do the danda puja. And the sannyasi, before every puja, has to take snanam. So 3 times taking bath and then 3 times doing the danda puja. Some karmas are also prescribed for sannyasa. So there are sannyasis, but they have not totally given up all the karmas. They have some karmas. And the final sannyasi who has given up all karmas, everything, upasana, is who? Paramahamsa sannyasa. Total renunciation. So sannyasinascha. Here we can understand, Bhashyakara is talking about the sannyasis who are still committed to some extent upasana. Upasana is there. Jnana yoga is predominant, but they continue it with upasana. That is how we have to understand. Then tapashraddhe. These are the 2 karmas involved. Tapa and Shraddha. He is there in the Moolam indeed. So they have given up all the Laukika karmas. They do only Tapashraddha. Bhashyakara explains Tapaha as Swa Ashrama Vihitam Karma. One's own ashrama, one's own stage in life. Swa Ashrama means one's own stage in life. Vihitam Karma. Prescribed karmas. So they do only the prescribed karmas in accordance with their ashrama. So if it is Vanaprastha ashrama, the main vihitam karma is upasana along with nitya karmas. Because as long as a person does not become a sannyasi and severes all his relationship with Agnikaryam, he has to continue to do all the Nitya karmas, which includes Agnihotra, Sandhya Vandanam, etc. But he need not do these things elaborately. With minimum dravya, minimum steps he can do. If he is a sannyasi, then karmas like Danda Puja, Upasana, Jnana Yoga, etc. has to be performed. So this is the meaning of tapaha. It's a contextual meaning, mind you. Otherwise, the word tapa has got other meanings also. But here, tapaha means swa ashrama vihitam karma. Then Shraddha. Bhashyakara says Shraddha is equal to Hiranya Garbhadi Vishaya Vidya. As we have discussed earlier also, no, Vidya, Jnanam, words here, they all refer to Upasana. Vidya here means meditation. Meditation regarding Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbhadi says Hiranyagarbha, etc. Vishaya means regarding, centered on. So meditation centered on Hiranyagarbha, etc. is the meaning of Shraddha. And when it is said Hiranyagarbha, etc., what does it mean? That etc. stands for any Saguna Brahma form. So meditation on Saguna Brahma and Hiranyagarbha, rather we will put it this way, meditation on Saguna Brahma for which Hiranyagarbha is a Upalakshana. That's why he says Hiranyagarbha, etc. So meditation on any form, any Saguna Brahma form. Then he says, Te tapashraddhe upavasanti sevante. Te means those people, that is the Vanaprasthas and Sannyasis. Tapashraddhe in tapas and shraddha, in karma and upasana. Upavasanti. Upavasanti is equal to sevante. Sevante here means resort to, practice. So they practice tapas and shraddha. Where do they do this? Aranye, Vartamanaha Santaha. Vartamanaha Santaha means remaining in. Aranye, in the forest. So remaining in the forest, they practice tapas and shraddha. All these are words referring to Vanaprastha and Sannyasi. Okay. Now comes the Grihastha part of it. Grihasthas are talked about. Shanta hai. Shanta hai is equal to Uparata Karana Grama hai. Which I told you earlier also when we were seeing the word meanings of the mantra. So Shanta hai can be taken along with Vanaprastha Sannyasi also. Because if it is a qualification of for Grihastha obviously you become Vanaprastha, you don't give up that qualification. No, you continue. If you are going to postgraduate, your undergraduate degree still is remaining with you, isn't it? So that way, Shanta, we can take it along with Vanaprastha Sannyasi also. But for Grihastha, it is an additional point required to show that Grihastha can also qualify for Upasana if they are Shanta. Otherwise, Shanta is also required, as I said, for all these three ashrams. So, Uparata Karana Grama hai. Grama means a group. That's why a village is also called Grama. But here it does not mean village, but it's a group. A group of organs or instruments is called Karana Grama hai. What are they? Pancha karmendriyani, pancha jnanendriyani, and 4 antakaranani. All these 14 karanas are together. The group of these 14 karanas are called karanagramaha. And uparataha means withdrawn. Sadhana Chatushtaya also we saw the word uparataha, uparati. So uparata karanagramaha refers to the people whose group of sense organs are withdrawn. Means what? Shamadama yuktaha. In the language of Tattva Bodha, we can put it Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannaha. And such Vidvamsaha. Vidvamsaha is equal to Grihastascha Jnana Pradanaha. The householders who are Jnana Pradanaha means Upasana Pradanaha. So as I said here also, wherever Jnanam, the word Jnanam or Vidya is occurring, we must take it as Upasana only. So, Upasana Jnana Pradanaha means the householders who are having Upasana as their main sadhana. They are called Vidvamsaha. So, all 3 categories, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasi are all Uparata Karanagramaha, who have withdrawn their sense organs from all other activities. The extra activities that they were doing as Grihasthas, now they are committed to only to Upasana. And such people we have to connect to tapas and shraddha. Because they also come under the definition of a upasaka. So such people practice upasana and karma. Okay, now the next sentence, Bhaikshcharyam charantaha is explained. Parigraha abhavat upavasanti aranye iti sambandha. Bhaikshcharyam charantaha, following the lifestyle of bhiksha, alms. Practice of living on alms is Bhaikshcharyam. Charantaha means following, or they follow. And why do they follow their lifestyle of bhiksha? Why are they supposed to live on bhiksha? Are they lazy people? No, because they are parigraha abhavat. Parigraha means possession. Because of the absence of any possession, they do not have any things with them. They do not have any cooking vessels, infrastructure like stove, provisions, vegetables, etc. They have moved away from all such possessions. Because if they keep all those things, what will happen? Their mind will be occupied constantly with those things. Oh, rice is finished. I have to buy rice. While meditating also, they will be recalling all these things. What do I cook for tomorrow? For breakfast, for lunch. And most importantly, they will not have a fridge to store the leftovers. And then later on heat them and eat them. So that type of thinking will happen. And actually, if you see, cooking is a highly occupying activity mentally and physically also, in fact. And that is why, many women, they find the senior citizen homes like Nana Nani, etc. very good because they don't have to cook. And that's a big advantage in such places, especially for women. And rightly so also, because for 30, 40 years, they have been doing the cooking job and managing the kitchen in all respects. And if they have been working, then this is an additional duty, most probably they will be performing. And in fact, the biggest advantage more than cooking is, if you ask any lady, they will say, I don't have to decide what to cook. That is the biggest challenge the ladies face every day. Because, there's a joke, they will ask the husband, what do you want to eat today? He will say, bake something. Then he'll say, oh, for that thing, we don't have the vegetables. Then he will say, bake something else. No, that something else is high in cholesterol, so I will not do that. So like that, she will go on dismissing every suggestion. Finally, she will cook what she wants to cook only. Anyway, these are all jokes, So it is high time that the women of the house, they also have some kind of a retirement like men have. That is why all these senior citizen homes have become very, very popular. I mean, amazing demand for such homes rather. So like these Nana Nani ladies, these upasakas also are free from thinking about cooking, kitchen provisions, because they are parigraha abhavat. So they have no option but to resort to bhiksha for their food. If you are uparata karana grama hai, bhiksha is the best meal. On the contrary, if you are anu uparata karana grama hai, bhiksha is the worst thing that can happen to you. Because you have to eat whatever you are given. So parigraha abhavat. And Bhashyakara hastens to add upavasanti aranye iti sambandha. Because he senses there is a technical problem. Now, what is that? It might have occurred to some of you also. It was said that Bhaikshyacharyam charanta hai. And these two words are coming along with Shanta hai and Vidvamsa hai. And he has interpreted Shanta and Vidvamsa as householders who are practicing meditation. So the householder practicing meditation is not a problem. But the householder going for bhiksha is not allowed. They are not supposed to live on bhiksha. In fact, the householder should give bhiksha to other people, to other three ashramas, brahmacharya, vanaprastha and sannyasas. And therefore, they themselves cannot go and seek bhiksha. And this problem Bhashyakara realizes. So this Bhaikshyacharyam charanta cannot be applied to grihasthas, even though grihasthas can also practice upasana meditation. Obviously, Bhashyakara, being himself a sannyasi, probably does not want grihasthas to encroach upon his territory. They're just joking. Because if all grihasthas also come for bhiksha, what will happen? The demand for bhiksha will go up, and regular bhiksha and all, the supply side will come down. And therefore, in order to avoid any confusion or to prevent an eagerly waiting Purva Pakshi from jumping into the fray and pointing out this contradiction, Bhashyakara says, Upavasanti aranye iti sambandha. So the Bhaikshyacharyam charanta should be connected with aranye upavasanti, not with shanta and vidvamsa. Should be connected with those people who are staying in the forest, those people who are vanaprastha and sannyasi. Iti sambandha means in this manner the connection of the words should be made. So the grihasthas are not included in the adjective Bhaikshyacharyam charanta. Many times we come across this issue. in the mantras, certain words are put sequentially. And our natural tendency is to understand the words sequentially only rather. But sometimes that could actually create a lot of problems in interpretation, in understanding. So, in interpretation, there is a rule. It is a technical matter. I thought that I will share with you because I have been taught that. If you're not interested, you can ignore it. Those who are interested, I will just briefly tell what that is. In interpreting the Shastra, there are two approaches, two concepts. One is called Patakramam and another is called Arthakramam. Patakrama means the sequence in which the words are appearing. And Arthakramam means the meaningful association of the words irrespective of the sequential order of appearance, so that the right meaning is conveyed and any contradiction is avoided. Now, when we see the mantra Shanta Vidvamsaha is connected with Bhaikshyacharyam Charantaha, under Patakrama rule, normally they should be associated for interpretation because Pata Sannidhyam is there. They are together, those words. But while interpreting the Shastra, Arthakramam is considered to be more powerful as compared to Patakrama. The meaning-wise order is more important. So the Patakramam is what? Shantaha Vidvamsaha Bhaikshyacharyam Charantaha. But meaning-wise, Bhaikshyacharyam Charantaha should be going with Upavasanti Aranye. So here, Bhashyakara is taking resort to this technical aspect of interpretation. This is, of course, as I said, just a aside note. You and me don't have to bother because we have got Bhashyakara's commentary. But Bhashyakara being the commentator, he has to think of all these things. Because, as I said, he has to deal with so many possible questions. And therefore, he is very careful in making such clarifications. Now, the next quarter of the mantra. And this is another reason, as I keep on saying, and in fact, all Acharyas say, you must never study Shastra on your own. Always go to a guru, and that too a Sampradaya guru, who knows how to actually interpret the Shastra, who has learned from his guru how to present the message of the Shastra. And that is why self-study is not advised at all, because such technical issues and all, you will not know. Okay, now we go to the next quarter of the mantra. Surya Dwarena te virajaha prayanti. That part of Bhashyam we will see. Bhashyakara says, Surya Dwarena, Surya Upalakshitena, Uttarayanena, Patha, te virajaha, virajasaha, Kshina Punya Papa Karmanaha Santaha, Ityarthaha. So he starts with saying Prayanti, Prakarshena Yanti. Sorry, where is Prayanti? Is not there. Okay, Prayanti is there in the Moola. Prayanti says Prakarshena Yanti. Those upasakas, Prayanti, they go. They go to that place where Brahmaji is there, where Hiranyagarbha is there. And how do they go? Surya Dwarena, through the solar path, through the path which is indicated by the sun. Bhashyakara says Surya Dwarena is equal to Surya Upalakshitena Patha. Patha means the path. Through the path which is Surya Upalakshitena. Upalakshitena means indicated. So Surya Upalakshitena means which is indicated by the sun. And he adds Uttarayanena. And this path is called Uttarayana, the northern path. So Surya Dwarena means by or through the northern path, which is indicated by the sun. Okay, we'll stop here. More we'll see in the next class. Continue. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha everyone. Thank you.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
Namaskaram.
Much namaskaram.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
Thank you
ಗುರುಜಿ.
very much.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
Namaskaram.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Namaskaram.
Thank you, Guruji. Namaste, pranam.
Thank you, pranam. Yes, Srikanji.
Thank you, Guruji. Pranam.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Guruji, I have two questions. One, with regard to the Virajaha, there is also this thing of Viraja Nadi. Is there any
Homa is
correlation?
there. Viraja Nadi also is there. I mean, I've not heard about it. Anyhow.
For
Where is that
crossing
Viraja?
over for crossing over to Swargam, Viraja Nadi? I don't know. I'm just
I've not heard
faintly
about it.
remembering.
I will have to. Maybe, you know, it comes in
ವೈತೀರಣ.
that.
ವೈತೀರಣ.
Yeah.
ವೈ-
Vaitirna.
ವೈ-
Yeah. Vaitirna. There's
Krishna?
Garuda Purana talks about.
Vaitarani.
Huh?
Vaitarani, she says, my wife.
Vaitarani, yeah. So many descriptions are there that you have to travel through this river and that and all that.
Yeah,
I'm not very
yeah.
well versed in all those travel details. What are the connection, which junctions we come across? So, but here Viraja means basically, you know, you have
Without
developed
Raja.
Vairagya. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. Vigata hai Raja
Second
hai.
question.
Vigata hai Raja hai Viraja hai.
Vigata Raja. Guruji, other question is a little strange. Somehow today it came up in my mind. Now we say Hiranyagarbha or Brahmaji is the creator of everything. He creates space and matter.
What's
So,
that?
I mean, Brahmaji creates space and matter.
Yeah.
So when there is no space, how to understand where from he is creating, or where from Vishnu is lying down and creating it?
No, actually, you know, Brahmaji's creation happens after the space has been created. Because if you look at Taittiriya Upanishad, there the order of creation is there. First space, the Panchabhutas are first created. Then only Brahmaji comes. But everywhere we make this reference and all, Upanishad doesn't explain this thing everywhere, you know, each and every occasion it doesn't explain. So we have to understand that because even Brahmaji was only, he created the creatures as an agent of Bhagavan, Ishvara, correct? Now Ishvara for creating, you know, everything, Ishvara means what? Brahman and Maya for creating everything. First of all requires space. Even for creating Brahmaji, space is required. That is why the Taittiriya Upanishad we see from Brahman first space is created. Then Akasha is Akasha Sambhuta hai. Akashat Vayuhu, Vayor Agnihi, Agner Apah, Apah Prithvi. After all this only Brahmaji comes, then creatures. Where without this base, nothing can be created. So Brahmaji also as a upadhi, Brahmaji's upadhi is what? Panchabhutas. So the Panchabhutas has to be there first before Brahmaji himself is created. Then Brahmaji, using that knowledge and all, he creates because Bhagavan says now, I am going to relax now. Mr. Brahmaji, I have delegated this whole thing to you. I am going to do Ananta Shayanam. Spring cot is there. I will go and sleep on the spring cot. You do whatever necessary to do. That is the way we have to understand. Yeah.
Thanks, Guruji.
Hari Om.
Interesting observation. Thanks a lot, Guruji.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Yes, Arun Kumarji.
Namaste, Guruji. Just a very simple question. Uttarayana is towards north. That is Tropic of Cancer or Tropic of Capricorn? Movement of the sun.
I won't be able to answer that question because it is north. You can say going toward the North Pole and
It is
South
Cancer.
Pole.
Tropic of Cancer.
Yeah, whatever it is. I'm not very familiar with those kind of terminologies. So I'm sorry.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Okay. Uttarayana means going north, and we see the sun's movement also rather.
Yes,
Now we
yes,
are in
yes.
Dakshinayana, means the sun is going towards the south. And in the month of January, 14th January, 14th or 15th, Uttarayanam will start. Then we will find the sun slowly traveling towards left side, that is to the north. Actually, it is not the sun traveling, sun is there only. It is the earth's movement. That is what makes it appear as if the sun is traveling. That's what Uttarayanam, Dakshinayanam is. Now, if the Uttarayanam you call Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, that may be correct. Okay. Okay, any other question? Nothing. So I think we can close. Hari Om.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Hari Om.